Well, I know that when big news breaks in America, and I'm looking to get to the heart of it, the pulse of the American people, I look to the ladies of The View. Yes, I do. Here's their stance on Roe getting overturned and Justice Clarence Thomas, who is getting a lot of hate from the left, more so than any of the other justices that decided to overturn. I wonder why that is. Listen.
Well,
we were not even people
he is
in
saying
the Constitution.
nothing is precedent anymore.
Well,
Wait,
you better hope
Clarence,
that they don't come for you, Clarence, and say you should not be married to your wife, who happens to be white, because they will move that. And you better hope that nobody says, well, you're not in the Constitution, you're back to being a quarter of a person. Because that's not going to work either.
They're going to put y'all back in chains. Where have I heard that before? Oh, and another Democrat who's not a fan of Clarence Thomas, that would be Hillary Clinton. God bless her. Listen.
But he's signaling, as he often did. I went to law school with him. Mm-hmm. He's been a person of grievance for as long as I've known him. Resentment, grievance, anger. And he has signaled in the past to lower courts, to state legislatures, find cases, pass laws, get them up. I may not win the first, the second, or the third time, but we're going to keep at it.
So you're saying people pay attention to
this?
Yes,
the people he is speaking to, which are the, right-wing, very conservative judges and justices and state legislatures. And the thing that there's so many things about it that are deeply distressing, but women are going to die, Gail. Women will die.
So, why do they attack Justice Clarence Thomas? Born in the segregated, racist South, he rose up to greatness. He should be a hero. He should be treated as such. Oh, but that's right. He doesn't agree with their socialist, Marxist views of the world. By God, he thinks for himself. With me to discuss this absolute brilliance is Just the News, Not Noise co-host Amanda Head. Some of the things that were being said about being a cheap farm, and I can't even say these words on camera, as you well know, Amanda, words that I don't use, but the left seems more than happy to use. One of those words starts with the letter N. You might have heard it sometime along the way, referring to Clarence Thomas over and over again. It is absolutely repugnant. It's nauseating. But I think that's who these people are. What do you say?
Yeah, over the last 5 days, particularly, I have seen the N-word either in print in articles or on leftist takes on Twitter more than I have ever seen in my entire life. It's pretty incredible, actually. But with respect to Hillary Clinton, you will be delighted to know that there is a CNN headline that I believe reads, "The Whispers of Hillary Clinton 2024 have started." So I think she may be getting her feet wet out there. But with respect to what Whoopi Goldberg said, I'm not great at math. But I think that this proves, Steve, that math is racist, because now 3/5 of a person now equals 1/4 of a person, according to Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg, if you're not sure, if you haven't read any history books, black people, no one in this country was ever worth 1/4 of a person. 3/5, yes, not 1/4. And I'm pretty sure that calling a black man an angry black man, that was a racist trope not that long ago, or at least that's what I was told. Even if he was an angry black man, Steve, he grew up in segregated Georgia. So if there was ever anyone who had a good reason to be, especially after his confirmation hearing, if there was ever anyone who had good reason to be an angry black man, that would be it. But he is not. He is one of the happiest warriors I have ever seen in America. And I saw a tweet yesterday, I think it was James Woods, and it just perfectly encapsulated, I think, this moment right now in conservative political history. It said, "Clarence Thomas kept his mouth shut for 30 years, and over the course of 3 weeks has completely rolled over the left like an Abrams tank." And I was like, you know what? He bided his time. He kept all of that close to the chest. And in the course of the last 3 weeks, particularly the last 6 days, he has just ripped apart their agenda. I mean, 3 things that the left hates: life, free speech, and guns. And he ripped it up like Nancy Pelosi did with President Trump's State of the Union address. And I've seen this comment often about how women will die. Actually, And that's the point of getting rid of abortion, is so that women don't die. And by the way, men, and by women and men, I'm talking about babies. It's absolutely ludicrous, the bottom barrel arguments that these people are having to scrape up.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's one more case to play out that I think will be a blockbuster. We've been talking about it for a few days here on this program. If you thought their jaws dropped after Roe v. Wade was dumped, wait till they dump the regulatory state and tell you that the EPA can't tell you what's going on with a mud puddle, and OSHA can't tell you to get a vaccine, and the CDC can't tell landlords when they can collect rent during a pandemic. Gosh, are they going to be in shock then? Because we'll reset the clock back to 1935 and get the Constitution back in play. Won't that be exciting?
This case reminds me of, I used to watch Bar Rescue. And when you had
So
these
did I.
professionals come in and clean up the act and basically start telling people that they had to restart doing their jobs again, that's what this Supreme Court case reminds me of.
Yeah. You do your job. Maybe we should get John Taffer on here. You guys do this. You can clean up your act. Kitchen's filthy.
I think it's an adept comparison considering Nancy Pelosi's proclivity for alcohol.
Yeah, well, there's that. And her husband, don't forget him. Glug, glug, vroom, vroom. Sorry.
DUI
Too
king.
soon? No. Exactly. Amanda Head, you can catch her Just the News, Not Noise, evenings at 6 o'clock right here with that gentleman, John Solomon. Don't miss a minute. Great guests every single day. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, after the break.